Today is going to be some Blue White Spirits in Pioneer. Got some Curious Obsessions, got some Spirits, and we got some Rattlechains, and we got some Selfless Spirits, and an Honorary Spirit, Brazen Borrower. Guess it says Fairy Rogue, but really, it's a Spirit in Spirit. Empyrean Eagle. It's a Bird Spirit. And Spell Queller. One of the major reasons to be Spirits. I think this, the Lords, and Wanderer are the major reasons to be Spirits, as opposed to something else like Mono Blue or something similar. But let's get to some matches, and hopefully more people come hang out. I'll be here for a few hours. Alright. First match, game 1. Well, don't think this is a mulligan, so I'm going to keep. Opponent has gone to 6 cards. And let's see what happens. Shadowless 10. Don't have a great answer for you, except it's like a reasonable flash style deck. And also, like, a lot of the green decks are bad at blocking flyers, so this deck is virtually all flying, so the cards sort of line up well, I think, there in that regard. Probably Lotus Field, I guess. If it's Lotus Field, I just want to deploy 1, 2, 3 and try to kill them as quickly as possible. It sure seems like Lotus Field. It's a good draw, actually. I don't think damage actually matters, so this sort of gives an implicit bluff that I'm Landlight. Strategic planning. Alright, so the question is next turn, do I tap out for my Lord or do I leave up Spell Queller? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I play the Lord, it will be 5 damage, then 7 damage, plus 3 more, 10 damage. So it would be 5 plus 10, which is not lethal. So I guess I'm supposed to play Queller / leave up Borrower. If they do nothing, I'm just going to play the Borrower. There's the Lotus Field. I hope it's just hidden strings that I can counter. Chronic floating, huh? So they have Breach in their deck, probably. I'm going to leave up Queller for Breach, then. I think I have enough pressure as it is that I can afford to do that. wish I had another land. If I knew I had another land, I would slam this Obsession so fast, but as it is, it's riskier to do that. I have 20 lands left in my deck, so I'm like 40. I'm exactly 40% to draw a land off the Obsession trigger. Don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'm just going to attack for 6. Yo, what's up, Snook? Nah, I think risking it is not worth it when they went so low in resources. They went to 5 cards. They haven't played any like real cards yet. It's like pretty disastrous if okay, there's a breach. It's pretty disastrous if I miss, I think, so I don't wanna risk it. Has anyone had good experiences testing this version, like with Breach? I think without Breach it was like okay. I'm not convinced putting Breach in your deck actually makes the deck better. Oh, it's just gonna be Porktown. Ah, I see. So I'm not supposed to do it. Got it. Got it. Alright. If this is a Breach, I snap it off so fast. TX Orco Man, thank you for the follow. Alright. Yeah. I had 6, 7, 8. What's the thing in my hand? Alright. I also improved an absurd amount postboard, I think. I think I do want all of these. And I think what I can actually do is shave on this card, because I don't think it actually has text. Like, this is basically a card you want for creature mirrors to break up stalls, because it just lets you, like, basically sweep them. Probably not Ferrando. I'm only doing this one this early. I'm planning to do a bunch of IRL drafts later today, because of New Jersey. I just thought this deck looked good. I think pretty clearly Mono Black Aggro is good, and Big Red is reasonable. It's early. I'm off today because it's MLK Day in the U.S. Portable Head. What else? Selfless Spirit, I guess, can go, right? Almost if I expect a sweeper. But, I mean, this deck naturally plays well against sweepers since so many of your cards have flash, so I think I might cut Selfless Spirit. I don't think you need so many creatures in a postboard game versus this deck. You just want to, like, wall them off with counters, essentially. Not really, Rogan. I mean, maybe, actually, since we saw Breach, Breach plus Dig might be enough to push it over the top. I guess when you put it that way, probably, actually. It appears to be Lotus Field with Underworld Breach. So I'll shave 2 Borrowers, I think. I don't want to shave the cheap creatures. I want to shave the top-end creatures, because I think there's... The curve is more important than you might expect. So yeah, I'll shave 2 Borrowers. Alright, excellent hand. Just missing a 2-drop, but obviously I would never mulligan this hand. Just missing a Rattlechains, I think. How does that kill them, Ferendo? I believe... let's check for sure. But I believe the card... Yeah, I guess if they... Hypothetically, if they're doing this post-board, they'll hit a bunch of Mystical Disputes, though, Ferendo. So that seems kind of unsafe. I'm actually questioning if I'm supposed to counter this or not. Right now. Don't think I'm going to. Then I'm going to save it for like a big card draw spell or something similar. Alright, well, that was a very good draw. Possibly one of the best draws in the deck right there. I think Rattlechains would be almost as good right there, but this is clearly pretty good. I think I'm going to just play the Wanderer to get more pressure on. Then I can start leaving up all of my counters. Okay, guess I can't do anything about that. I wouldn't have been able to do anything about it even with Dispute up, so it's fine. Alright, I think I have to tap out here. They didn't play Lotus Field that turn, but even if they do play Lotus Field next turn, they can't do much with it unless if they have exactly Vizier. So I'm going to keep tapping out until I'm able to have enough pressure and leave both of these up, I think. This is also assuming that I get to play the Dispute for 1 mana, which is not a lock. Like, if I had left it up and they had just abraded me right there. Oh, interesting. I guess I Force Spike this then. Obviously, like, it looks bad that I didn't get in the 1 damage, but I would have gotten in 3 if that had resolved. So I think it's correct to Force Spike it, or play pre-combat rather. Obviously, it's correct to Force Spike it by the point of... By that point we just got into. Just hope they don't have Dig or something like that. Dig would be pretty good for them. Alright, so they do have Thassa's Oracle in their deck. Speaking of which, that, like, you can't Brazen Borrower Thassa's Oracle, Ferendo. And I believe this is a better kill con than Jace by a lot because it only costs blue. I didn't, like, exactly explain that I thought this was going to happen, but I had a, like, small feeling that it might. So they exiled a Dig, a Grazer, a Vizier, a Dispute, and a Lotus Field. Probably have a Lotus Field here, yeah. They probably have to sack these two. Not great. Doesn't really matter which land I play, I think, because I have all my colors online. Okay, I wish I'd drawn a Mutavault there instead if I was going to draw a land, but there's only one Mutavault in the deck. Don't think I really want to Queller that one. Oh, woo! Thank you for the follow. Okay, guess I don't do anything. I really want to save this for Breach. The mana doesn't line up well for this. If I tap out for this, I can't hold up both of those. So I might just wait a turn. It sacrifices essentially 2 damage, which I think is fine. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Their hand appears to do not very much, which is... So this is... I'm 1 short of lethal next turn, I believe. If I draw a Lord, obviously I'll have lethal, but... Alright, so they appear to just be milling themselves a bunch. If they have 2 breaches, I'd probably die, but I can't do much about that. We haven't seen a single breach milled in 18 cards, so like a reasonable expectation is that they actually have breach in their hand. Okay. I guess they just didn't have very much. They were trying to bait out the Queller with the floodings and the plantings and shit, but I didn't fall for their tricks. Their tricksy tricks. Right now is a good time to mention, if you enjoy the stream, I appreciate all the support you might give. You can follow here, sub here, follow on YouTube, follow on Twitter. All forms of support are appreciated. If you have a Twitch Prime sub, it would be great if you used it here. Alright, we got a second match. Hypothetically, we got a second match. Well, this hand's pretty good too, like... Certainly not going to mulligan a 1-2-3 punch hand. Ooh. Is it Azorius Control or a Mirror? Just considering main phasing it, but don't think I gain much by doing that. Alright, it appears to be a Mirror. Guess it's not a lock yet, but... Okay, maybe not. Alright, I'll see if they have the Queller. Okay, guess not. Interesting. Alright, well, I have 1 Lord in my hand, and Lords are really, really the most important part of this mirror, in my opinion. Oh, I forgot. They have Flash. I shouldn't have just flashed it in. I could have flashed it in, rather. Yo, what's up, Aaron? I think it's worth leaving up the option of double Brazen Borrower. Whoops, don't want to do that. Yes, I'll be at SCG Richmond if that is your question. I think I'm fine trading that off. I might just leave the Sailor back. Yeah, alright. Okay, not sure what's going on here. I'm playing standard. I fell on the axe for Dave and his brother. Though standard seems like really not that great. Okay, that's fine. Mutavault's a decent draw. So is that. I wonder if I can just sit on this and draw a bunch of cards instead of having to take any risks. I think I'm going to do that. It's fine, I don't care about that. It's cool. I'm not really hyped because it's like basically an irrelevant format for me besides the other stuff. But also, like, that form is just going to evolve very quickly, so you could have like a pretty good win rate, and then it could just spiral out of control after a few days because the format shifts so much. I think I'm just going to trade as much stuff off as possible. So shop, shop, shop. Oh shit. You're right, I should have. Whoops. Okay, I missed that. That's definitely correct. I had a different plan, but obviously that doesn't make any sense. It's okay though. I think this is going to work out. I think this is definitely correct. If they have another Queller, it's fine. Alright, I'll just take 4 once. Okay, still get what the outcome I want, which is pretty nice. Oh, I guess not. Wait, I do. Never mind. I'm confused. Okay, here we go. I was expecting the other Queller to appear in the exile zone. Alright, they have that and that. Just play a land, say go. I guess I actually main phase this because I know they have Queller. I think I'm just gonna grind the Sailor for what. Okay, yeah. Basically, what happens in a board stall is I have Sailor and they don't, so I can just spend 4 mana per turn drawing a card, and like they can't break through, so I'm favored there. I think. What sucks? I think I want those 5 for sure. I think the reason Avacyn is good is no one can dispute it, and it just warps the game around it. And I think if you're going the Avacyn route, you want to leave Selfless Spirit in so you can trigger the flip. The question is, what do you take out? I think it's Is it crazy sided obsession on the draw? Yeah, exactly. You can't Queller that. That's the other reason, yep. I think I'm gonna side out all of the obsessions on the draw. I think Veto's horrible. Most of the cards you care about are actually creatures, so obviously like vetoing a petty theft would be pretty good, but what's up, Arcane? As crazy as it seems, I think I'm just going to side out. Yeah, that's true, but the thing is, the flash aspect of it, XAK, I think matters a lot, because you want to position yourself where you can overwhelm the counters. I still might shave one Borrower, one Rattlechains, though. I think drawing multiple Rattlechains is not great, but the first Rattlechains is pretty good. Alternatively, I could side out. Well, that's going for sure. I've basically promised to play Pioneer on stream at least once a week until RPT Phoenix Arcane. So that's what's going on here. I think I'm going to side out one Borrower. That might not be correct, but I think definitely the Avacyns are good, and I think definitely the Disputes are good. Oh, one other thing that's not completely obvious. You can Mausoleum Wanderer petty theft. And I think that actually comes up more often than people realize. Guess. To ship a land? That seems crazy. I think I probably have to ship. I mean, this is a keep. The question is, what do you ship? I don't want to ship either of the Disputes. I think I might just ship the Herald, actually. No, I think Avacyn's my late game. Because I think Avacyn is the way I'm going to win after I mull once. So I'm actually going to ship Herald. Damn. Alright, good draw. The problem with shipping any of the lands is this deck doesn't have that many white sources. Which is a pretty big problem in my opinion. Okay, might trade Sailor for Sailor if they let me. Get to pick a fight here, get to trade, then I get to deploy my Eagle, so I'm not actually going to trade, actually. Well, actually, they're pretty likely to have a fourth land. I don't have a fourth land lined up. Alright, I am going to trade. Yeah, the problem is once you're white-blue, it's harder to play a lot of Mutavaults. If you're a monocolor deck, you definitely play... Oh, like the mono black and mono red deck play a lot of Mutavaults, in my opinion, or should. Okay, that's fine. Gonna attack. But yeah, I think shipping a land is really, really, really not good, especially when you have Avacyn in your hand. So this means they have Queller in their hand, probably. We'll just take the 2. Don't think it matters. I mean, obviously it matters, but... Well, the other thing is, you only have 23 lands, and your deck has no cantrips, really. So... Oh, do I want to dispute that? Probably. If I bounce that, get in for 4, they can replay it, tap something. Yo, what's up, Jax? Actually, it feels a lot like they have Dispute. I'll just send with both and see if they want to trade. I don't think I actually want to unsummon that all that much. Unsummoning this is like pretty ineffective, I think. Right, just take it. I'm gonna play this and see if they have a dispute. Okay. Alright, they only have 1 card. Alright, so they did have the dispute. Kind of a tell, but that's okay. I think I just main phase it, yeah. Because when I play my 5th land untapped and it's a shock land, it's just a giant red siren that I have Avacyn. So if they draw exactly dispute. Alright, yeah, we win. 2-0-4-0, baby! Exactly, Shop. That's exactly the reason that you're supposed to main phase it there. If they just top deck dispute, it's a disaster for you for no reason. Alright, see ya, Shop. So we're 2-0 with White Blue Spirits. Honestly, the deck seems pretty strong. I mean, I also would say it's probably not the most difficult deck for me to play. Yo, what's up, Max? To keep on the play, I would actually consider mulliganing it on the draw, I think, but the funny 1-3 and 3-1 for different amounts of mana. Alright, so some sort of mid-range black-red deck, probably. Next turn I can play both of these, which is kind of nice. Okay, that's kind of nice. I was going to believe they didn't have a push based on their last turn because I think it's better to main phase push most likely. Okay. Alright, well, you are almost dead, opponent. Actually, they're dead on my turn 5 if they have nothing, right? This is sort of some strategic mismatch right here. Like, Chain Warrior is obviously not good versus any of the cards I've played. I didn't have a 1-drop, but I had a 2... Actually, I guess I don't even do that, right? Like, who cares about that, right? Like, the Wanderer is actually more valuable than the Sailor. Okay, well, That I don't care about either because I can just cast this. This will be... Oh, that's only 10 damage. But if I draw any spirit, they die. Because, well, it can't... Alright, well, I'm still going to cast this. If I draw a 1-drop or 2-drop spirit, they die. Does that kill them as well? This becomes 5/5. This is 4. So I have to block here and go to 1, I believe. So this was actually like a Terminate in disguise. Because if they don't block this, they take lethal damage. No, they can't even trade. This is a 5/5. That's a 4/4. If you block here, you take 11 damage. So you have to block here, right? Yeah, and they pack it in because they know the writing's on the wall. Alright, I believe their deck is supposed to be aggressive. It should, they had 2 tapped lands, which is not great for them. Don't love Nebelgast Herald, I think. I don't love Curious Obsession on the draw. So I think I'm going to shave these 6 cards. Because I think my opponent's plan would be to try to kill all of my stuff as well. I think I'm going to have a second Settle in as well. Yeah, the Temple of Malice didn't work out well for them, though. They couldn't actually kill any of my creatures, which was a problem for them. I think I like those 4. I think I'm going to shave 1 Borrower. Again. Avacyn might be too adventurous, but I kind of think it's just really good versus the, like, creature mirrors. Like, it just warps the game so much. Anyways, I'm gonna sideboard like this and see how it goes. Kind of just blessed today, though. Like, all my hands have been relatively good. Like, this is clearly a keep as well. Gonna lead with Wander into Phantom because that means my Wander protects the Phantom. This guy's just so good. Scrap a do-to-do. There was actually a merit for me there to shock there and then next turn play the Fortress on tap because then it doesn't broadcast the Queller quite as loudly. But on the other hand, if I draw another land that's untapped that doesn't shock me, then I get the same effect without paying 2 life. So I mean that ruins in your correct to do this because it counters, it disables them having a Bone Crusher later to be cast. Right. Yeah, so this is why it turned out to be correct to play the Fortress because I drew a different untapped land. So now I don't have to take damage to play Spell Queller. I was thinking about it. No, I'm not playing Dream Troller. There's actually a bunch of funny ways to answer Dream Troller in Limited, even though like it's clearly busted in Limited. You can cast Flicker on Pacifism, then you get to attach it without targeting to Dream Troller. There's like a bunch of like weird Pacifism Sun Titan-y ways to get around it. Yeah, come here for your technical tricks for sealed deck and booster draft that I know so far. That actually, like, that had the potential to come up for me when I played a Dream Trawler sealed deck mirror. Hmm. Okay, that's fine. Definitely don't want to block because that just gives him the scrap a dad back. Oh, the spear. The spear is a good. It's sort of a good way to threaten the trawler. The spear is like pretty good, obviously, because it's a colorless card, has relevant impact on the board state, and can get around stuff like that. Obviously, stomp. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what else you have. Chain War is their last card because they just played a land, so I get to Queller the Chain War. Works out pretty well for me. Like, they spent their entire turn. Um, for so I guess I'm winning the race. They have Ruin, so they can put me to 7. But I have Borrower plus Sailor. Alright. Just gonna play this tapped. I was debating if I should play that land untapped or not. I don't think I should. I don't think you actually have time to crack clues in this format as white blue spirits. Big bear. Okay, they're dead. I just played 2 more flyers. 4 plus 4 is 8. What's their life total? It's 8. That's my 8 damage song. All right, we're 3060 so far. Gonna take a quick restroom break and get some more liquid. I'll be right back. back. Whoa. Raceland. That's slander. Utterly milked Ninja Turtle, thank you for the follow. You know, slandering me, I think you should support the stream after you slander me like that. I'm 306, so I mean, deck seems pretty easy to play, and like, flying creatures are good versus green decks. Oh, also welcome to the stream, Autumn. Hope you're having a good one. I'm not gonna lie, Autumn, I haven't won a lot with a lot of Pioneer decks, so me going 306 might mean it's broken. Just maybe. Whoa! I did not... Okay, first off, don't claim to be a pro. Also, don't claim it's broken. So it's just slander all around. I said might be broken. I will not stand for this slander. No, I claim to be maybe noted. I don't have a claim to fame here. I might be driven to despair. It might be as different as night and day. Some prefer the world end in fire, some in ice. It's broken at oops level for sure. Alright, we got a fourth match. Kind of want the 5-0, 10-0. Maybe it'll happen. Or maybe I'm just being greedy. Now I'm destined for 3-2, right? Perfect. Actually, it is close to perfect. Port Town can reveal Hallowed Fountain. If I had to pick a deck right now, I would seriously consider this or mono black aggro, yeah. Yo, Billy, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, friend, and now you're wielding a sword as well. Alright, I mean, obviously this hand's great. If I don't draw a land, it would be pretty bad. No! The natural enemy of Mausoleum Wanderer is our Burial Grazer. God damn it. My dreams. Should I... I'll check them. Always check them. They're in the tank. Are they actually in the tank, or did their internet die? I don't know. No, Mock Sloth! That's a great nickname. I haven't heard that one before. I'm chuckling at the idea of Mox Diamond Sloth. Woo. Shenanigans are going on. No! Why? 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 Land! Okay, sweet. That was actually very good. Well, those are some nice sloths you got over there. You can't block my creatures anymore unless you want to get your sloths killed. Spirits are mad, fam. They're super mad. So they're just like blue-green ramp, probably. was kind of hoping that they would just block. I guess... Alright, so they're just flooded to heck. Alright, I'm going to bounce that. Alright, they can't escape it for a while. We get it in an 8-ball. Look, Autumn, it's your favorite card. Oh, sorry, not that, but that, right? I guess Terramander is probably your favorite card, right? But Curious Obsession, I think, is way stronger on power level than Terramander is. Okay. Yeah, I remember when people tried to put Terramander into Legacy decks and it wasn't very good. This is fine. Whoa. Oh, that's an adorable emoji. Alright, my opponent just drew a land every turn. So they couldn't beat me. Stroke is probably good, and Dispute might be okay. Guess Nebelgast Herald could probably come out again. They're straight blue-green, so I also think Selfless Spirit might be able to come out. I'm thinking about Avacyn just as a chunky threat. Oh, Updraft Elemental. Again, love the username. I love lame jokes, so asking someone, do you know what, or have you heard of Updraft Elemental? And then them responding, what's Updraft Elemental? It just makes me laugh every time. Alright, I don't think I actually want Avacyn, but I was considering it. I think Dispute's good. I think Dispute's good as a 3-mana mana leak in the matchup, or to Kaka Growth Spiral or something like that. Not going to bother for Rest in Peace for Euro only. Doesn't seem very good. I think Veto's good-ish. Like, they might have Ugin or something like that, and then Veto's pretty good. Yeah, and I love it every time. How does that make you feel? Yeah, we call those Pyroblast, Billy. Dispute's close to Pyroblast. I'm gonna just love your username every time. You're gonna just have to accept it. DanNil2285, thank you for the follow. I didn't comment on that yet. This hand's great, actually. Like, wow. Mausoleum Wanderer is a messed up card. No, my ancient enemy! Why? Interesting that they put in Harbor. Harbor will always be untapped. Like, if you have a Breeding Pool, you'd rather put Breeding Pool untapped. So I think that tells you something about their hand. Maybe they're Landlight. Alright, Supreme Phantom. Alright, didn't draw it. Damn it, they blocked again. So unlucky that they choose to block. Whoa, use the emote without solving? Oh, I guess you can cash in points. Alright. Here's what I'm gonna do. Oops. Turn off auto yields. Should have actually played the Eagle, I think. Oh no, if they block, I can still flash in. Never mind. This is fine. This is fine. Keep forgetting Rattlechains actually has a lot of text. I think I just have to do that every time. Interesting. Okay. Don't think I want to trade that off yet. I think I can do better. If I draw another Lord, the attack becomes way better. So this is a better attack, I think. Forest Blast. That sounds kind of overpowered. I think a bunch of 3-mana mana leaks might be good enough this game, to be quite fair. I think this is the best target. Now I'll offer this trade. I don't want to trade with this one. I think this one is more valuable to sit back as like a awkward disruptive spell for them to get around. Feels like my opponent's pretty dead. I have like double mana leak, and I have a bunch of pressure. Do I care? Put some, let's see, let's do the math. Let's see, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If I leak this, they die. Alright, guess I should leak it. $10, 12, yeah, it's lethal. Opponent has a bunch of 5-drops in their hand, so countering the Pilgrimage basically won the game, I think. Alright, so we are 4-0, 8-0. Yes, I know you have a bunch of ramp spells in your hand. That's the only way that game, or sorry, a bunch of payoffs. That's the only way the game makes sense. I mean, to be quite intellectually fair here, the deck does seem rather good, right, Autumn? I mean, it's hard to disagree with this data. But also I think the mana is like relatively good, and like being able to play at mostly flash is good. 3 Obsession seems correct, even though like knowing you'd probably try to squeeze in the 4th. Rattlechains is like kind of a messed up card. And Nebelgast Herald wins creature mirrors, so I mean, because people hate playing it, I don't know. Shrug. I just don't have time to play challenges on weekends, really. I would rather go hang out with people. Personally. So, alright. Playing for 5-0 now. Let's hope to do it. Playing against Doom Switch. Doom Switch is white-blue control person, right? Kind of sucks I have so many lands, but I think this is probably a keep. I think you have to choose between Teferi and Curious Obsession, Billy. Not ideal. It is rude. Do I want to play around Verdict or not is the question here. Don't think I'm far enough ahead where I can afford to do so. I think I need to do this. Okay. What about coloring our own mausoleum? Is that good? Doesn't seem good, to be quite fair. If they have Settle, I can counter it with Wanderer. Okay, that's fine. They're going to make me shuffle it away, which is fine. Round 5, I'm 4-0, 8-0 with white-blue spirits currently. Evan. I was thinking about whether I should do anything to that. I don't think I should. This gets around Verdict. So basically, Shapinator, I needed only fade one turn of Verdict with the Queller. So they're planning to field. I think they still don't have Verdict. It doesn't make sense for them to have Verdict. So if I do this, this kills them next turn. All right. It's pretty strong. I think mono black aggro is pretty defensible, and so is big red. Evan. I don't like the Niv mana base in Pioneer as much. Interesting. Oh, nice. You won one with Chunky Red? I thought the official name's Chunky Red. Okay, this doesn't, like... doesn't really do that much. Like, they're still dead on board, I think. They knew about the Queller from Azorius Charm. Alright. Pretty easy game. I want all my disputes. I think, Herald is definitely not great here. I think Borrower is okay. I think Queller can be a liability, but you're supposed to leave it in. Definitely want Curious Obsession. Maybe I don't need all of the Borrowers, because I definitely want to get this Veto in. Yo, what's up, Servex? We're 4-0. Yeah, I could maybe shave on some of the bigger lords, but at the same time, like, kind of think if you do that, that might give them too much time. And, like, Selfless Spirit and Queller protect you from Supreme Verdict. Like, that game, I basically took a bunch of risks and then forced them into a position where Verdict was not going to be good enough. You could make a case for Stroke too. Alright. Actually... Yeah, I'm deciding against Stroke, actually. I'm going to leave in the one Borrower. I think Avacyn's really, really good, actually. If I draw a land, this hand's pretty good. Note, every single other land in my deck is colored. So, a colored source, rather. So this is actually pretty safe. You can't draw, like, a second Mutavault and get screwed. And yeah, I drew that. Trying to think if there's a case where playing Fortress is better than Plains on turn 1. If I draw Port Town, it's much better to play Fortress first. So that's what I was thinking about for a brief second. The Plains change the plans a little bit. So I think thinking about that stuff is underrated. Oh, I should have played Mutavault last turn. God damn it. That was so bad. Because then I could use Mutavault to kill it. That's so loose. Done goofed. Also for Port Town, yeah. You're correct. Right. Just gonna say go now. Absorb. They play Absorb, I'm fine with that, to be fair. That was a really good draw for me, actually. Then I'm gonna say go, and if they have Lyra, I can hard counter it this way. Really, I just want to maintain the status quo here. That's the downside of this play, obviously. Wish I had Rattlechains right there. I would probably win the game on the spot, but that's okay. We traded 2 for 2. Reason I'm playing ON almost every time out is to play around in opposing disputes. If they want to dispute me here, I'll probably just pay the 3. Then they'll have to do something else. Then countering the Azorius Drums is just like not worth it almost ever, unless if you have actual lethal. Sucks. Nah, I don't think it's worth it. I'm basically playing around Lyra killing me, essentially. Alright, well, this is probably worth it. This is where if I had a stroke, it would be really, really good, obviously, but I don't. Not going to play the Wanderer out. I think I'm already exposed to Wrath a fair amount, and I think playing a Wanderer doesn't really affect the clock that much. Ooh, that's a pleasant surprise. Alright, the question is how much do I want to play around Settle the Wreckage? I think I'm not going to attack with Mutavault. I'll attack for 5. Mutavault's one of the better post settle things I can do. Let's see. Okay. Didn't think they would play that in their white-blue control deck, but whatever. Guess I got. If I'd played another Lord pre-combat, it would have been much better there, but... Absorb. Probably should have played the Wanderer then. Whoops. Now the plan is to just jam, I think. Try to get them dead before they draw something really, really good. One bottom, one top. One bottom, one top again. Sort of terrifying, but probably means a verdict? No, that doesn't make any sense. Field of Ruin, huh? Alright, well. We all in, boy! I don't think white blue is actually that great, but if you enjoy playing it, you should just play it, right? This was a pretty good draw. So I could make the play where I animate and protect it with Rattlechains to counter their field. However, I think it's better for me to protect this from Detention Sphere. So I'm going to let this go. Seems pretty clear that's probably a better thing to do, in my opinion. Bottom both. Right. Here comes a dig. They're hellbent, so if they find two good ones, it might be good enough for them. They might not, Rogan. Like, so you might as well give them the option to punt, right? And see, there was a chance that they did this as well. So I think I should kill the Teferi. This is basically a forced play, I think. If I don't kill the Teferi, they just use the Teferi to bounce the Wanderer next turn, then it's really not great for me. If they verdict me here, it's not great either. I shouldn't have played this out, I think, but whatever. That was pretty bad, I think. Alright, probably gonna lose now, but that's okay. We have a game 3 to play. 1 turn, 2, 8. If I attacked them, it would have worked out okay, actually. But that's okay. I think attacking them is pretty loose there for a bunch of reasons. This is a pretty good one, actually. This is like almost ideal to draw here. Yeah, I agree. Sailor is like absurd here. They've used 2 verdicts. Oh, they topped a card. That's probably not a good sign. That might be good too, actually. Drawing like fire. Guess the game continues. Both is a good sign. So they drew another Teferi, I guess. I think I'm just gonna upkeep the Avacyn to play around shenanigans because it seems way too scary to give him access to everything. Oh, the one downside of this is they can use Teferi to tuck, but I guess I'm okay if they do that, realistically speaking. I think that's like a favorable exchange for me. Yeah, I agree with what Braceland said. We've ground through so much stuff. It's kind of insane. Like, I think this just kind of proves that spirits can play a long game as well. We've had to turn 5 kill in one of our matches, and we're on turn 23 of this match, and it's still competitive. Obviously, I've drawn like pretty well, but oh no, is this absorb? No. Two Teferi's gone. Alright, finally drew a land, but not gonna play it. It's better to just do nothing. Interesting. Is this good? I guess it has escape, so it's pretty good. It's pretty good actually as well. Okay. Sucks. Doesn't look like they have Lyra. All right. Because it doesn't really change much to do that, in my opinion. All right. I think I want Stroke based on how they played the match or played that game. I'll shave 2 of the Eagles, I guess. Actually, I might just side out more Eagles for the Borrowers. The Borrower, the way that they played, Borrower looks a little bit better. Hope to just get an Obsession Power draw to run them over, obviously, but, you know, we'll see what happens. Going to game 3, playing for 5-0. All right, excellent hand. I am going to main phase Sailor to not get my Sailor disputed. Gonna have a pretty quick draw this game, I think. Let's see if my opponent sniffs it out. draw a card. Because I think the game's going to go a little bit longer than that. Yeah, Sailor's been incredible this match. They've already used 2 verdicts. I'm fine committing a little bit more. I think it's going to mostly work out. Plus this counters their... Alright, absolutely not. I think they're, with me only having 1 card and them having a bunch, Dig is just way too scary to let them resolve. They've already used 2 verdicts. I really just don't want them finding another verdict, to be fair. I think the 3rd verdict is the most likely way I get killed. Alright. So if you go up and you don't draw Azorius Charm, you literally die to my attack. So you're probably supposed to tick down on Rattlechains. Alright, so they're going for the draw Azorius Charm plan. I agree. I mean, they might just judge that taking a risk is better, which is fine. That's like a reasonable plan. Alright, well, guess I kill them instead. "5-0! Woo! 5-0 hype! It's been a while. Can we get some victory subs for the 5-0? I think I could have won that game too, honestly, but those matchups are always like somewhat tricky to play. Alright, I'm going to play another league, I think, but I'm going to use the restroom real quick. Alright, see you, Billy. Thanks for hanging out. Alright. Let's open a few victory chests, and hopefully that'll inspire people to sub. Ooh, what is this? Artemis All-Seeing. Oh, what a card. And Vorl of the Hulklade. I see. Alright, another one. Ooh, Groundbreaker. Color Shifted Ball Lightning and Stomping Ground. Conundrum Sphinx. I see. Sounds like a conundrum indeed. And Time Stop, a staple of Kamigawa block. End the turn. Turns out ending the turn does a lot of weird things on the stack. Deflection and Siphon Sliver. And more play points. Alright, one more chest. Then we'll start a new league. Ooh, Witchmaw Nephilim. I've always liked this one. It's like Quarian Dryad-esque. And 10 play points. Alright. To the second league. The second league. No changes. I don't know enough about the deck to change anything, so I'm not going to change anything. Felt pretty darn good. Thanks for everyone hanging out on this Monday. Gonna play this second league, and I think after that, get some lunch, go do other stuff. But happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, y'all. Alright, playing against Mentor Balance. Alright, Sneep on the play. Think I'm going to, well, I guess it depends on what I draw. It also depends on what land they play. Ooh, another mirror? Well, if it's a mirror, I'm just going to slam the Phantom here. They probably have a Spectral Sailor in their hand. I'm just going to push the tempo this game. Alright, so it looks like a mirror. The mirrors are really about Lord advantage, I think. Interesting. Not sure that's actually a great draw here, but that was a good draw. I think this is right. They could sack their Wanderer and do this, and I would just pay 2, and then they basically lose 2 creatures this turn. I think that's a favorable exchange for me. Yo, Agate, thanks for the sub. Appreciate you, man. Hope you're doing well. Interesting. All right. Gonna attack with my 4/4. Note, this actually doesn't sacrifice as long as you attack with one creature, so you can attack with just one creature and keep both the obsessions, which is kind of nice. I'm completely fine with this exchange if this is what actually happens. This concession might be premature, but I don't know. I guess I'm pretty far ahead. I had a bunch of free cards, stuff like that. What was I siding out? I got 3 obsessions on the draw. I think 2 borrowers. Don't like Settle in the matchup. I think it's clunky and bad versus Mausoleum Wanderer, so I'm not going to bother with that. I think this is how I was sideboarding before. But yeah, I basically just got to step on the gas with Obsession and force them into an awkward spot. Worked out really, really, really well for me. This is adequate, I think. This is not like the most insane, obviously, but it's fine. Oh, Agate, should I open a chest for you? Let me know. Hallowed Fountain is the one we knew about, I think. Yep. Alright, can't block, obviously. But that's okay. Okay. It's fine. Interesting. Sure. This eats a Queller. Wait, this is the same as Spellcalling Sailor? Oh, I guess except in this scenario. That's fine. I'll just take a bunch of damage. Don't think blocking is good, really. Supreme Phantom would be good. Right. Right, I think upkeep I'm going to just try to tap a bunch of their stuff down to not get killed and try to obliterate them with Avacyn at some point. That's not great. Should probably tip down the Spell Queller, I guess. Take 3. Question is, do I have to block with this one too? It's hard to win when you don't draw any lords and they have 2 lords. Next turn I'll have to block those 3. I think I can actually afford to chump, and I think it's right. I'm assuming I'm going to draw a land to try to win with Avacyn. Is what's going on here. Oh, I should have blocked the 2-1 on here, and the... Oh no, it's the same effect, right? Alright, well, that made it worse. It's okay. Perhaps I can live another turn like this. Actually, I'm not in untenable shape. It's not great shape, but... Can make a bunch of... Like... The Rattlechains can become a 3-3. Hey, what's up, Brian Borland? Rain? Ryan? Managed a 5-0 earlier with this deck. Now we're going to see what happens here. Is this right? Guess so. Damn. Guess it's better than nothing, really, but I guess a land would have, the worst card for me to draw right there is Port Town, probably. Because it's actually a tap land that doesn't contribute to Avacyn, doesn't contribute to the board. I seem to have maneuvered into an okay situation for me. I just had to give them a few cards. Okay, I guess I have to give them 2 cards again. I mean, I can't really let this go on unchecked. I think that just loses the game on the spot. So we traded 2 for 2. I mean, but now they're pretty head on board. Okay. Okay, this is fine. Can still block here, go to go to 6. It's a good thing I didn't try to petty theft because the Rattlechains would have just countered my petty theft. That would not have been great. I want to see if Avacyn resolves first. Right, it does. Just gonna block it with all my stuff. There's no reason not to, I think. Alright, opponent's flooding out. I thought I could never win this game, and now it looks like I'm in relatively good shape, actually. Offer this trade to flip my Avacyn. Mana Confluence doesn't look great here, obviously, but that's okay. You're going to still play it out, so if I dispute something that's expensive somehow, then, and they dispute back, then I can pay for it. I think they basically lost when they traded all of their sailors off, really. I had to trade all my sailors off because I was so low on life points, but I think maybe they could have been more conservative with their sailors. It's not great. Kind of unfortunately have to do this. Attacking gets me killed, so I'm not allowed to. Fortunately, I'm not dead still. Damn, I guess I could never beat that Queller. I think they should have just run it out earlier, to be quite fair. Alright, eventually died, but I think the Avacyn plan is quite good in these mirrors. I'm gonna side in Obsession back in for the play to push the tempo again. Just have all my kind of, after having seen that, I kind of hate the disputes actually, and wonder if I'm not supposed to have them. Right. I think I'm gonna just cut dispute on the play and just not bother with it, even though like it is good, but I think just trying to leverage tempo on the play might be better with the Obsession. I mean, having both of these in your deck would be good as well, but I think this is probably better to do on average. Yo, what's up, Teddy? Welcome to the stream. We 5-0'd earlier, playing round 1 of the second league, game 3 in a white-blue Spirits mirror. I think Herald is my worst card by a lot. I'm just gonna main phase because of Dispute. Okay, so this second Sailor kind of sucks, but whatever. No, because I want to spend my mana every turn tapping out for a creature. I don't want to leave up mana, essentially, on the play. Opponent's about to get obliterated by this. Gonna wait for another Lord before committing Rattlechains into combat. Don't think I have to rush. Okay. Why did that happen then? That sucks. I think I'm gonna just take damage and try to trade damage in a race to kill them. That might also incentivize their sailor to attack next turn. Obviously, there is risk associated with this plan. Cool. Probably Mutavault actually, and just hit them for 8 down to 4. Could also block one of the flyers. That might be better. Take 5 down to 8. Right. So they're showing 6 damage, but if they hit the Lord, it kills me. Maybe I should just... Oh. They have Supreme Phantom plus Activate. That would be lethal. Guess I'll just attack for 6. You can play more port towns, but the problem is that actually gets worse in a lot of scenarios. Think he wanted this for sideboard cards like Devout Decree and so forth. Yeah, I think that's why Eddie was playing those cards. God damn, Staggering Insight has been super annoying this match. Yeah, they're gonna get to just gain a bunch of life, which is kind of annoying. And like, I'm losing to their sailors even though they traded 2 off. Sucks. I'm gonna lose this game almost for sure now. Well, I disagree with that because I think white-blue is not trivial if you look at the mana base. It looks like our opponent has 0 obsessions, right? Seems loose. Alright, I'll go to 1, but you throw away 2 creatures. That's kind of a peculiar play to make. That's bad. Welcome back. Thanks for the sub. We appear to be losing this match, which is okay. Sometimes, like, I think the proportion of how the creatures and stuff were assigned, I could never win, really. Game 2, I also maneuvered into like an even position where I was way behind. I think my opponent managed their creatures poorly, both of those post-board games, but, you know, that's okay. I do think Spectral Sailor gets really valuable because I think the boards tend to get clogged because of how many lords people draw, and then the attacks become a lot harder to make. So, like, once you get into a board stall, a card like Spectral Sailor actually gets a lot more valuable, is my opinion. And if you get into the stall and you have mana, um, then it just gets better for you. One thing that's nice about Staggering Insight is you don't have like it doesn't have the Cure Obsession sacrifice if you don't attack clause on it, so that might be worth investigating. But I do think the mana thing is relevant. Obsession costing 1 has come up a bunch for me already. Oh, the Hoogles. I wonder what the Hoogles is battling with. You can check out Hoogle's stream. Let's see. Curiouser and curiouser. So blue-red emerge, I guess. Alright. Sort of have to play this. I can attack with my Wanderer. I don't really want to trade Rattlechains for Flamewake when Flamewake has to attack. Gonna take it because of Stomp. Also don't want to get my my Supreme stomped, which I know they sometimes play. AKA Bone Crusher Giant. I think like these decks are heavy on shocks and not heavy on lightning strikes generally. Probably getting deep fiended here, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Give this one next proof, sure. Yep, no flying. I think my opponent's in huge trouble. I should have actually given this one hexproof, I think. That was a slight error. Because if you give this one hexproof, you give the option of me drawing a land to play that to pump another damage through, but I somehow don't think that's going to matter all that much.
Yeah, I think 2 Port Town is a reasonable number, but after that it's not so great. Is it Charm? Okay. Cute. They can attack me for 7 if they want. Right. 6. 6. 7, 8. Alright, so that's 13 by my count exactly. 4, 4. 4, 4, 5. Yeah, lords are good. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm glad the 1 point of misdamage didn't cost me. It could have for sure. This exile is right. Okay. This seems pretty valuable. I think Rip also might be good, but don't think I want Obsession all too much. I think they're going to try to overload on removal again. I don't think I want Avacyn or Settle. I think those are hard to resolve through their Elder Deep Fiends. Decree, I think, is pretty good because it exiles all of their Phoenixes at a good rate. So I think I'm just going to side these out for these and call it a day. Again, this is not a good hand. This is a fine hand. I think I'm going to bottom the Herald again. Maybe I bottom the Borrower, actually. Alright, bottom the Herald. I'm not sure. That one's like kind of close, I think. Island would be pretty good. Glacial Fortress would be a bad draw. Port Town would be an okay draw. Okay. Alright, deck. Guess that is kind of funny. Called Port Town draw. Hello from the other stream. I assume you're watching, Jeff. Finished a 5-0 earlier, lost round 1 of the second week, and on round 2 versus Jeff. I think Jeff's playing like the Blue-Red Phoenix Emerge deck. Obviously, we saw Flamewake Phoenix and Elder Deep Fiend. Makes me think Jeff probably also has Kozilek's Return. What's up, Monkrez knows? Well, Field of the Dead, Kyle V. But besides that, I mean, I don't think the deck is that insane. It's like exactly okay, I think, if you want to play. That's how. Ooh, what is this? Okay. I'm gonna bounce it. Interesting. Okay, I'm still gonna bounce it. A little bit flooded, but that's okay. I can sort of use the flood for Spectral Sailor at least. Although I don't think I want to play like a super long game versus them. It seems kind of scary to do. My Devout Decrees are gonna work overtime if I draw them. Alright, guess I see if they have dispute or not. If they do, that's fine. Alright, sure. Basically, I think I'm gonna have to walk into that one no matter what. Just gonna say go. I'm gonna have to hope that this Sailor performs overtime. That's not good. In fact, that is quite bad for me. I guess if they're going to go this route, I might want to side in these Avacyns. Whoops. I'm going to draw a card to see if I should block. Alright. Answer appears to be no. Wonder if they're going to exert on my lord. If they do, I at least get to fizzle the ability with Rattlechains. Interesting. If I double, they assign 3 and 1 here. Right. Guess I'll just take 4 again. Don't think like blocking with these two is unappealing, and the borrower can just single block it next turn. Huh. Alright. We have some options now, I guess. I think casting this is good because I want to see what happens. If it resolves, then I can just say go. Should have actually... that's probably good enough on average to draw. I should have actually played the Hallowed Fountain tap, perhaps. But we'll see what happens this turn. I wonder if this card is better than, well, I guess I don't know what Jeff cut to play these, but... Oh, it sucks. I wish I had my Devout Decree back. But I do get to draw a card. Bounce, play, play. Alright. So interesting. Block here. Probably not. Gonna block and then ends up draw and then actually untap and use Petty Theft because it plays around Dispute a lot better. The problem with doing it at their end step is that if they have Dispute, it doesn't work out very well for me. Trying to figure out what is in opponent's hand. That makes sense. It sucks. Gonna have to deal with the Bone Crusher later. I guess I got enough value out of this that it was fine. Cute. That basically means I don't get a Brazen Borrower. If I Queller this, it's not even great because if they kill the Queller, they can just use it to kill the Borrower later. But maybe that's good. Probably should just let it go. I'm gonna use Rattlechains to trade with that, I think. Funeral. I think this is forced. If they have another dispute, so be it. Okay. It's pretty good. I'm gonna main phase draw to see what I get. I think I might just trade off the Queller for the Bone Crusher so I don't take too much damage. Obviously that lets them escape that, which kind of is annoying, but whatever. Huh. I think this is the best block. If they have removal spell for that, I get obliterated, but I don't think they do. I think it would have happened so long ago. Alright. This is just a trade at least. They can escape the Phoenix next turn, but I do have another Sailor, so that's kind of nice. This has been a really weird game. I guess I've drawn like relatively well, but Sailors is kind of messed up. Like this game was dictated by me drawing my third Spectral Sailor essentially. Three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10 if I play that. Hour's Devastation, huh? So they get Phoenix back. I play and bounce the Phoenix, so they still die. Oh, or I could just... Never mind. This is also obvious. Play this and use the Wanderer to counter it. Alright. That didn't feel particularly close, but I don't know how that matchup's supposed to go. Obviously, I drew pretty well in the second game, like, after I was reduced to almost nothing, but I've been more and more impressed with Spectral Sailor just as a mana sink in whatever time point. This is borderline, I think, but without the Mutavault, I'd probably mulligan, but with the Mutavault, I'm going to keep. Do hope I don't draw too many more lands, obviously, but I think this is good enough on average. Alright, thanks for everyone hanging out on this Monday. Happy MLK. Oof, Nomad Outpost. Haven't seen that one for a while. Actual Nomad Outpost. It's been a while. It's been a while. So this is probably 5C Niv if I had to guess from this land configuration. Someone tell me I'm wrong. God damn it. Alright. Alright, how's that look about 5C Niv? So I'm drawing a lot of lands, so I might lose. Not gonna run it out. Normally I would to get some aggression on, but the problem is I don't even have a good follow-up. Right. Really hope to draw Spectral Sailor in spots like these where I'm super flooded. Interesting. It doesn't force you to tap down your own creatures if you don't want to. Okay. Alright, this is really not great. Remember when I said I didn't want to draw more lands? How about that? No. 5-0, 10-1. Lost a close one to white-blue in game 2 of round 5. I think I might have messed up. It was a fairly long game. We went to like turn 23 and I was still hanging in there versus white-blue control. Right, that's fine. I'm 1-1 in this week so far. Beat Hooglin round 2. Round 1 I lost to the Mirror that played Staggering Insight. And honestly, that card seems super, super annoying. Okay, that might be good. Not right now, but it might be good. I've drawn a lot of lands, unfortunately. And yeah, I'm going to attack there. If they want to, like, spend a removal spell there, I can probably Queller it, depending on what it is. I think that's fine. It's just going to sacrifice. I'm not convinced this card is actually very good if you don't have like a lot of graveyard self-mill or whatever. It's been like not very scary, is how I would put it. Alright, I'm gonna run out this Queller now. They can escape it next turn, but whatever. Ooh, that's a nice one. Gonna put the Obsession on my Queller and hope to just start gassing up. Alright, that's a good sign. Alright, so don't have to play the Phantom main phase because I can Rattlechains into Phantom end step in case if they have a sweeper. Hurlman 81. I don't know. I copied my friend's list, Eddie Zamora. He said he's been crushing, and I trust him on like these tribal aggro decks. My guess is you have a lot of these white card sideboard, right? So you need an actual another white source. Damn, that sucks. Alright, I guess I respond. The thing I'm going to respond with here is to give my Queller hexproof. So they can't use Teferi to bounce it. And then also respond by playing the Supreme Phantom. So now they can use Teferi to bounce something, but it's not incredibly effective, fortunately. Great. No, I think I would actually love to play against the Niv deck. I think they're super clunky, and especially post-board when you have a million efficient counterspells. I think it's really, really hard for them, in my opinion. I'm gonna get the Teferi off the board. Good draw. Curious Obsession's been overperforming this game so far. I think game one you're a little bit soft to them. I'll agree with that, Hurlman. The reason you're soft to them in game one is you don't have good interaction for their 5 mana spells. But I think post board, when you have like Disdainful Strokes and Disputes, it's just like incredibly good for you. I don't even think game one is that bad for you, to be fair. I mean, I think you just have to play. You have to toe the line versus their one Supreme Verdict and bring to lights. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I play this, it's 12. Probably not worth it because of Wraths. Note, I've played a land every single turn of the game. I actually think the modern Niv deck is a lot better than people think, because I think its mana base is actually really good. Interesting. What's that mean? Probably means they're verdicting me. It looks like they're bringing for Supreme Verdict. Bringing to Supreme Verdict. Yes, I believe you should play 4 Astrolabe, 4 Ren and 6 in the modern Niv deck as well. Wish I had Selfless Spirit here. It'd be a blowout, but I don't. This is a trophy? Oh, I guess they have Abrupt Decay in their hand. I'll give you a decay target. Don't worry. No, they're like remarkably close to killing with ribbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you could ribbons for 6. Sucks. Probably gonna lose now to the Euro. I would like to note I've drawn a land almost every turn in this game. I think if a few of those draw steps were not lands, the game would have been pretty easy and not close. But instead, I think I'm going to lose to this. Okay, well, I guess that's something. It at least forces them to spend a lot of mana to reestablish it if they want to. Alright, now I'm probably dead. Oh, I could have done that, Dokumo, you're right. What's up? Hurlman, we did lose a mirror, a blue-white Spirit's mirror to someone playing that, so it could be good. I don't know yet. They got an Oath of Kaya, right? And nothing else? Now I think I'm dead. Great. We can pack it in now. Just needed a Selfless Spirit for that verdict. If I had a Selfless Spirit right there, obviously I think I win the game on spot, but, you know. I think Herald... Oh, whoops, wrong card. Don't want Settle. I want Avacyn. I think Herald is awful. Perceptions are good. I think I might shave 3 Eagles and 2 Borrowers. Three Eagles and 2 Borrowers, rather. I was thinking about that, but I think Herald might be better versus opposing creature decks. Yeah, F you, Herald. F you. Alright, this is pretty good. I mean, like, the Dispute and Veto are high value versus my opponent, and I have a reasonable curve. I'm going to lead on Wanderer. You basically always lead on Wanderer because any spirit after that pumps it for more damage. Well, Pikes, I think one thing that is dangerous and one thing people love to do that I think might not necessarily be correct is value catch-alls. And I'm not sure you actually need a catch-all in this deck, right? I'd be more inclined to believe Reflector Mage than Deputy Detention, actually. Yeah, Herald is absurd in a lot of spots. Like, it's absurd in a way that I think you can't appreciate. Probably nothing I want to dispute on too, so... But I think main phasing to get in the 1 extra damage is definitely good. That's fine. Serves you right, Dokkamoi. Serves you right. Alright, I'm not playing around Verdict here. If they have it, they have it. That's fine. I will get in for a bunch of damage, though. And at least if they Verdict, they have to Verdict away their own Caryatid. So this is fine. I think the actual issue with the Div deck and Pioneer is that you are not guaranteed to play stuff on curve because so many of your lands are awkward on later turns. Like the Courtyards are awkward later, the like Tri-lands are obviously awkward later, and so forth. All right. I have not. Should I veto it? think vetoing it is actually better. Three, two, two, one. All right, they're dead. Well, there's not going to be another turn, right? They're just literally dead. 3, 2, 2, 1 is 8 damage. They're at 8. It doesn't matter. It actually didn't matter as long as I played my Rattlechains, right? I think I'll side out one more Eagle on the draw for another Borrower and call it a day. Don't really like Devout Decree versus... Like, my opponent wants the game to go long. Once you put removal spells in your deck, what actually happens is the games go longer. Because both of you spend cards killing each other's creatures, which means you have less creatures in your deck, which just elongates the game. Second blue source would be good at some point, but we're in fine shape currently. Just have to hope they don't kill our first two creatures. Another plane's not ideal. I think I still have to run it out. They might abrupt decay me, but whatever. If I had a second blue source, I actually would just untap. Because it was like kind of signaled that they were going to do that. God damn it. Right, whatever. Hope to draw another creature soon. It's also pretty clear that I top deck Port Town if you think about it, because I played Plains on turn 2 instead of Port Town revealing Plains. So the only way that makes sense is if I drew Port Town this turn. I think this is forced as well. Really can't afford to lose my Rattlechains currently. Alright, sucks. I guess I lose my Rattlechains. Alright, well, that's a good one, at least. That means on turn 5 I can play it and at least have a big, like, angel attacking them. Might not also might not be that easy for them to kill Avacyn, really. Like, target spirit gains hexproof until end of turn. Sucks. That's not a spirit, unfortunately. Actually, do I let it resolve? No, because they could get something that's not blue, right? Yeah, that's just overthinking it to not dispute that. Right, exactly. Well, that's pretty good. That's kind of funny. I'm not sure that's actually good, but something. I could... There might just be something I'm not thinking of that makes it not great to do that. They didn't escape their Euro? Interesting. I guess they're playing around Dispute, right? That makes sense. Playing Obsession here is not great, because I know they're just going to Detention Sphere this again, probably. Did they forget about their Euro, you think? Doesn't have reach, right? Sucks. Oh no. Why did they play their land first? That literally doesn't do anything except tell me that it's okay to dispute it. I wonder if I'm gonna regret not stroking, but I thought the dispute would go dead quicker than the stroke would. Probably gonna lose again this game. But no one plays Quench. Yeah, I'm not convinced Mutavault would be enough to get me back in this game, so that's okay. I mean, really, I just needed... I mean, I didn't draw that many lands, right? I have a ton of spells in my graveyard, right? Just they drew a bunch of 3-drops, which were problematic. Alright, I'll see what they get. Probably just stroke whatever they get. Because if they get a Niv, that thins their deck of a Niv. Oh, not like this. This is one problem with the all counter spell plan too. I drew a bunch of counters with not enough creatures. So I couldn't like slam the door fast enough. Alright, guess I block. Basically need to draw Spectral Sailor to get out of the abyss. But also they get to draw 2 cards per turn. Alright, deck. Good joke, deck. Good joke. Five into 1-2. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. You win some, you lose some, I suppose. Sometimes you lose some, then lose some more. Fair enough, Dokomoy. Alright, this is a keep. White blue control? Or... yeah, it's white blue control, I guess. Gonna just pour the pressure on. Okay. Selfless Spirit was a very good draw. Does Reality Shift necessarily kill Heliod? It doesn't seem like it. I mean, obviously it might. Yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying that's not actually a good solution, right? What if the Ballista's a 3/3, Dokomoy? What's up, KG underscore 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 underscore? They're different formats. I don't think you can compare apples and oranges. That's 5. I played that. guess I won't do that then. If they tap out for Verdict, I actually kill them, which is kind of sick. Because I can just EOT these two, untap, play the Eagle. That's 5 damage, and they're at 5. Yeah, we win! I'm actually going to shave all of the Eagles. I think that's probably correct, having played this matchup a bunch now. Yeah, you can guarantee they won't tap out for Verdict. I can also guarantee they won't tap out for Verdict. See, if you remove your opponent from the game, they can't tap out for any spells, right? Yes, I understand that as well. On the draw. I think this is actually a keep on the draw. Opponent's going to 5. Spell Queller also beats Verdict, yes. Also, opponent has sided into 61 cards for some reason. So I've had 4 draw steps out of land with approximately 1/3 every time. It's probably a Verdict. That's fine. We're hitting 2/3 to the 5th, essentially. I still think this was very clearly a keep. I think I'm actually okay. I mean, I guess it depends on the exact contents of their hand, clearly, but Don't think I want to redraw that Selfless Spirit, actually. I'm fine with it. As long as I'm not loathsome, right, Dukamoy? There's other types of Katopopos. Just gotta make sure I'm not a loathsome one. Look, look, it's okay. Let's look at Katopopos real quick, because my opponent's playing sort of slow. It's like a Cape Buffalo. This is fine. Everything's fine. Why is my opponent playing so slowly now? It's kind of frustrating. Ugh. Yo, Tarmo Goose 33, thank you for the follow. Speaking of which, now is a good time to say this. If you all want to support the stream and you have Twitch Prime, subbing is much appreciated. If you can't do that, well, follow here or on Twitter or on YouTube. And those are all also appreciated. So thanks for everyone hanging out on this Monday. Happy MLK Day. Yeah, it's hard C sound or K sound. Those are the same type of sound essentially. All right, nice Supreme Verdict, I guess. I was. How dare you miss a... You missed an episode of Allied Strategies? I'm going to tell Ben. Ben will be so disappointed in you. Gabby Police. Oh, I enjoy that emote. That's a cute emote. I think I just have to play the Avacyn upkeep and hope it works. I suppose I could wait until end step. That actually might be better. They might have Settle here. It would actually make sense. Censor. Trying to get me with another censor. Well, our opponent mulled to 5, but I'm not going to call it yet because they have an active cert or active Ascant to the Sunken Ruin. So it's going to be a pretty uphill battle still. The Fairy Time Raveler is pretty bad for me. Wonder what they're going to balance. Probably Avacyn? Yeah, that makes sense. I'm worried about another Verdict, so I don't want to play my stuff willy-nilly into Verdict. Yo, Raymond2727, thank you for the follow. Alright. I guess I'll go for it now. Kind of just have to use my cards. Even if they have something like Censor or whatever, it'll kind of suck. That's fine. I shouldn't have played that land first. If I draw a Mutavault, I'd rather play the Mutavault, obviously. Guess that kind of answers Curious Obsession in a sort of fashion. This is a crazy game. We're on turn 16 again versus white-blue. This is almost the exact same spot as that other match, right? Gonna hexproof my Spectral Sailor. Okay. Guess I won't. Interesting. It bounced that one. No, it's twice X. I only had one land up. Yeah, I mean it's in a weird place. Died to a lot of things, but that's okay. I think you just have to take risks in these. Right, settle, because that's good to know about. Teferi settle was sort of the hard lock, actually. Which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is, right? No, I could just be dead instead. It's okay. Well, 7,000th turn later, I finally die. after missing my second land drop for a million turns. But I recommend going back and watching this game. I think it was kind of interesting despite the weird nature of it. No, not going to change anything. I think this is still pretty good. Do think the Eagles are probably not good enough on average in this matchup because of the verdict thing. Not the best hand, but I think it's barely a keep. Actually, maybe I should just ship it. Actually, I'm gonna ship. I changed my mind. God damn it. This is the same hand as the last game, but this land's tapped. I think I'm gonna unhappily keep again and ship the Borrower. I think the 5-land Selfless Spirit Mutavault Avacyn hand is not good enough on average, if I had to guess. Right, that's a pretty good draw. Oops, should play this one first, I think. I'm never lucky. Sometimes lucky. Right. It's fine. I really don't think Narset is all that great in this format. It hasn't looked that great to me in these games, to be fair. Detentions here. Okay. Gee, I wonder what they have. Agreed. That's exactly how I feel about it as well. Okay. Not anything I care about. all of the 3 targets are reasonable to pick here. All right. I think it's gonna... can I beat a verdict, actually? I guess I can. If I think I can beat a verdict, I should slow play this card then. And just sit. I think I'm going to call it quits after this match, even though there's one more in the league. Starting to feel hungry. I haven't had lunch yet. What's for lunch? I think some dumplings. No, I'm at home, so it's just some dumplings, I think. Because it was MLK holiday. Obviously, I'm at home, otherwise I wouldn't be streaming. If I were at work, I would not be streaming. Alright. I guess I'm not allowed to play around Verdict anymore. If they have Verdict, they have it. I mean, they started absorbing my creatures, though, so that sort of indicates to me that they don't have it. They're searching, I guess. So if there's a Verdict in their top 4, I'd probably die. Zori's Charm. Okay. Gonna dispute here, because if you dispute here and they dig into Verdict, if you don't dispute here and they dig into Verdict, it's pretty bad for you. Though, don't want them to double charm, essentially. If I attack with this one, they get to double charm, which is much worse for me. Okay. They have dig, they have dig. I mean, they're still at 2, so if I draw something good, it still might be okay. Nope, that ain't it. God damn it. This is sort of frustrating. Like I would like to point out the time differentials. I believe multiple slow play warnings would have been issued IRL. No, the rope is, I think, worse than this, to be fair. Goddamn port down. Don't think my opponent will actually time out, but obviously they're well within their right to use off the clock, but I just hate it when I have to wait so long. Music is good but hard to hear. It's all within my head, Gay Lincoln. Alright, guess I died. Think I could have played that game better, so that's also a fault, but I really, really, really find it frustrating when the time differential looks like this. Alright, I'm 1-3, so I'm going to call it quits for now, but we did have a nice 5-0 earlier. Gonna see who else is playing Magic at the moment and pay it forward. Oh. Let's see if I spell that correctly. Alright. I'll see y'all.